This is the Washington Times front page for Thursday, July 27th, 2023. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. Hunter Biden pleaded not guilty to tax fraud in a gun charge after a federal judge asked for more information from lawyers about the plea deal struck between prosecutors and defense attorneys. Jeff Murdoch and Susan Ferricchio report U.S. District Court Judge Mariela Norica questioned the constitutionality of the deal on the gun charge, which would have spared him any prosecution if he completed a court diversion program. Norica told the prosecutors and defense attorneys to file additional information within 14 days. She called the deal for illegal possession of a handgun unusual. During the session, prosecutors also said that Hunter Biden could face federal charges related to his failure to register as a foreign agent under guidelines of the Foreign Agents Registration Act. The law requires special registration with the Justice Department by anyone who works on behalf of a foreign country to influence U.S. policy or public opinion. Former U.S. military personnel told Congress that unexplained phenomena in American skies are a significant national security threat, and the federal government must share more information about them with the public. Ben Wolfgang reports the House Oversight and Accountability Subcommittee on National Security hearing gave a rare public forum on the once taboo subject of what the government now calls unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAP. Video footage of close encounters, media reports, eyewitness testimony, and federal investigations have helped bring the issue to light. Former Navy pilot Ryan Graves recounted his experience stationed in Virginia in 2009, saying that what they encountered and tracked behaved in ways that surpassed our understanding and technology. Graves said he heard numerous accounts from military colleagues who described dark gray or black cubes in a clear sphere with tips on the ends of the cubes. U.S. officials have no known explanation for such objects. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas appeared before the House Judiciary Committee to try to rehabilitate his performance and explain past remarks. As he batted aside questions, Stephen Dinan reports frustrated Republicans lashed out. Some fumed that he couldn't answer questions about what happened to terrorism suspects whom agents detected at the southern border this year, nor how many of the 2.1 million illegal immigrants caught and released by the Biden administration have since been deported. House Republicans are trying to lay the groundwork for Mayorkas' impeachment. The House Homeland Security Committee released a report this month accusing him of dereliction of duty. A federal appellate court is considering whether gun manufacturers should have immunity from lawsuits brought by foreign governments in a case dealing with weapons trafficked across the U.S.-Mexico border to criminal organizations. Alex Swarrior reports Mexico has sued nearly a dozen gun manufacturers, including Smith & Wesson and Glock, on claims of aiding and abetting criminal organizations south of the border. The Mexican government says the manufacturers know their weapons are sold to gun traffickers and should be held liable. Mexican officials have asked U.S. courts to require screenings for red flags to identify traffickers, limit supply, and implement other safety protocols to prevent weapons from coming in to their country. And finally, today is the 70th anniversary of the armistice that ended the fighting between North and South Korea. Andrew Salmon reports the anniversary of the Korean War's end has spawned a slew of books and symposiums in South Korea and the United States, but Kim Jong-un's regime in North Korea looks set to further buffer its narrative during official commemorations. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.